do you plan to do with the company?
Break it up and sell off the pieces?
I'm sure you understand I'm not thrilled at the idea of your turning 40 years of my work into your garage sale.
At the price I'm paying for this stock, Mr. Morse, you are going to be a very rich man.
I'm rich enough. I just want to head my shipyard.
Slippery little suckers.
It happens all the time.
Who doesn't love Pretty Woman, of course? An iconic dinner scene.
The best scene if you're talking about etiquette, right? Poor lady didn't know what to do, and but we have the right answers here. This looks amazing, Carey.
Thank you, Sonia. So what we've done here, of course, our Prime Minister is heading to the state dinner tonight, which is a huge honor. And oftentimes you will find that our executives in this city, or sometimes just weddings which are coming up, you're going to be sitting in a formal dining situation. So what we thought we'd do today is talk a little bit about what you're going to encounter in a formal dining situation and how to maneuver through it.
All right, so where do we begin? There's a lot of things on the table here.
It looks amazing and very grand.
Thank you. So first of all, what you're going to do is you're going to take a look at the setting. So which is yours? This the number one thing that we find that people will do is that they will use the wrong bread plate. You'll come in, you'll sit down, and you'll go, what is mine? Something that you can remember, you will never forget this ever again. Think about that wonderful car, the BMW. This is your bread, your meal, your water, and your wine. That is yours. You'll never forget it again. So BMW going across. That's what's yours. When you get to the table...
Say that again for us. Bread, meal, drinks, is that right?
Water, wine.
Yeah. Water, wine. Right,
water, wine.
Okay.
BMW.
Yeah.
Meal and wine.
Water, wine. Absolutely. So now you know where you're sitting. So the next thing is, obviously, you've got a napkin. So when you are seated, the first thing that you're going to do is actually take your napkin and put it into your lap. There you go, Steve.
Right here, right?
Definitely not.
No.
Please don't do that, Steve. What it does, you actually put it on your lap. You open it.
And I was just kicked out of the state.
That is basically the last time we're going to see that napkin until the end of the meal. And it is used just to dab your mouth if you have some food on it. If you leave the table, it actually goes on the seat of your chair. And then when you actually come to the end of the dinner, when it's time to go, you'll pick up the napkin by the center, just grab it and put it right there beside your plate. Your plate will be gone, right, at that time. But that's the last time that we see the napkin.
Okay.
The next thing is people are going to go, oh my goodness, there's all this cutlery here. Where do I go? We've all heard start from the outside, work your way in. That is correct. And in a fine dining environment, they're going to have the cutlery based on how many courses are going to be served during this meal. Now, typically, you will not have more than 3 pieces of flatware on the table because it just gets to be obviously too grandiose. So what's going to happen, so we've actually got here, we've got a soup plate. It's called a soup plate because there's a rim here.
Okay.
So we know we're going to have a soup course. And I've also got a seafood fork here too. So it would mean that we were having a seafood course. Start from the outside, work your way in. Now what we've done here as well is underneath this soup bowl, we've got a salad plate.
Okay.
So this would show that you were having salad next and then your main course on the actual plate.
Right.
So always start from the outside. Now, if you don't have a course, so say, for example, you didn't want the soup course, it is the job of the waitstaff to remove the pieces. So you're going to be okay when you still just continue from the outside and work your way in.
So how do you decline politely when you're at a dinner and say, for instance, you get a cream-based soup or something and you don't want it? How do you decline and say, no thanks, no soup for me? Is that just okay to
That's
do?
exactly. Actually, I won't be having the soup today. Thank you so much. Absolutely. We're not, and the same thing.
No soup for you?
No soup for you. Seinfeld. The other thing is your stemware. So we've got all of our stemware here. And what we would have done is we have the champagne. So again, starting from your outside. So we would have a champagne toast. This would happen at the beginning. The host would say, thank you so much for coming this evening. We're having this dinner in your honor. And you would have that. Again, once it's finished, the staff will take it away. Then we've got a white wine, which is a smaller. We've got a red wine, which has a bit of a larger bowl. And finally, your wine goblet. So that's how you would maneuver through it. So again, always starting on that outside and moving your way in.
Where's your water?
Water glass.
Yeah.
This is the water goblet
that
right
was your water
here.
here.
That's correct. That is correct. Your water is there.
Okay.
And that's right.
Now Sonia's been kicked out of the station.
The other thing that you're going to have, obviously, is after the meal, we're going to have dessert and we're going to have coffee and tea. These pieces of cutlery up here are for your dessert. And what's going to happen?
At the top of the plate, right?
That's correct. Yeah. The wait staff, again, will probably come in this formal situation and they will pull them down and they will be put right here.
Okay.
So depending on what you're eating, you will have, you will eat it with a fork or with the spoon.
Okay, Carey, quick question. When you've finished,
Yes.
how should you lay your fork and knife? What's the polite way of finishing the meal so that people know to take your plates away?
Excellent. So, Sonia, in this formal dining situation, you would be dining continental. So, because the tines are down when dining continental, when you're finished, you would put the cutlery in a 4 o'clock or 10:20. Say this is the face of a clock.
Yeah.
10:20 or 4 o'clock with the tines down on the fork because you were dining continental. That tells the waitstaff, hey, I'm finished, you can take it away.
Unless you're in the East where you go like this.
This is quite a big mess.
Carey, thank you so much. Carey McBeth.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you.
That was brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.